your phone. Please make me host. Chandrapati Prabhu, make me host.
Okay, you are host, Madai. I'm leaving the meeting.
Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Bhayyam Dadati Swapadartikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Tam Sachivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam He Radha Krishna Padhan Sagara Lalika Shakhan Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi पाश्चात्य देशतार्ये नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती नामिने श्रीवासभारवी देवी दैताय कृपाप्रिये कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान दायिने प्रभवे माधुर्य चुर प्रेमाढ्य श्री रूपानुगभक्तिदा श्री गौर करुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमोस्तुते नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्ते देवतारिणे रूपानुग विरुद्धाप सिद्धांत स्वाधारिणे नमो गौरी किशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्यमूर्ते विप्रलम्बर सांबोधे पादाम्बुजाय ते नमः नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्ति स्वरूपाय पानुगावराय ते गौराविर्भावभूमि स्वं सज्जना प्रिय वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमः भावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्नि गोविन्दे नमः पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपः स्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम् हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश कांत श्री राधा कांत नमस्ते जयतां सुरतो पंगुर्मम मंदे मतिर्गति मत्सर्व सुखदां भोजं श्री राधा दिव्य सिंहासनस्थो श्रीमद् राधा शील गोविंद देवो पृष्ठानि सेव्यमानं स्मरामि श्रीमांद्रासारंगी वंशीयुततटस्थितः कर्षन् वेणुस्वने गोपीनाथ श्रीस्नः तप्तकाञ्चन श्रीराधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर साधु हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे So after seeing the Vishwarupa, Arjuna is unclear. And he says, Lord, it's so terrible. I'm not able to understand. I'm completely bewildered. And I want to know who are you. I want to know your mission. I'm completely confused. And he says this terrible form is so disturbing. I don't want to need the presence of heaven also. Let's see what Krishna answers. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Kalosmi Lokakshaya Pravrutto Lokan Samahartumi Pravruttaha Prate Vitvana Bhavishanti Sarve Yevasthita Pratyarikeshu Yodhaha Shri Bhagavan Vacha Kalosmi Lokakshaya Pravrutto Lokan Samahartum लोकान् समाहर्तुमिह प्रवृत्तः ऋते पीत्वा न भविष्यन्ति सर्वे एव स्थिता प्रत्यनिकेषु योधाः. Krishna says, Kalosmi, I am that Kal. You see, Mahabharata scene also starts. Yes, Krishna is Kal, Krishna is time. Lokakshaya Krut, I have come to destroy. Praurudha, all the great people. Samahartum, I'm going to destroy. And in this process, I'm just engaged in destroying such great people also. Except for you, Krishna says, except for you. Everybody will be destroyed. Na bhavishanti sarve avasthitaha. Nobody will be situated. All the soldiers here, both sides, will be saved, except for you. Here you refers to Pandavas.
तो ये आपकी आवाज फ्लटर कर रही है.
आ रहा है
नहीं आ रहा है, आवाज आ रहा है लेकिन फर हो.
So here Krishna says, except for you, the Pandavas, except for you, the Pandavas, all the soldiers in both the sides will be slain. He'll say that this only 5 people are going to stay. In this, he says, in this warfare, the others also will be there. Who has not joined the war, they all will be there. But those who are there on the battlefield, Krishna says, except for 5 of you, all will be destroyed. Okay. Answer me, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Shri Bhagavan Uvasa Kalosmi Lokshaya Krutsayo Lokan Sammahartuni Pravirtaha Atepi Tam Navavishanti Sarve Evasta Pranikeshu Yodha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, I am the great destroyer of the worlds, and I have come here to destroy all people. With the exception of you, the Pandavas, all the soldiers here on both sides will be slain. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Although Arjuna knew that Krishna was his friend and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he was puzzled by the various forms exhibited by Krishna. Therefore, he asked further about the actual mission of this devastating force. It is written in the Vedas that the Supreme Truth destroys everything, even the Brahmanas, as stated in Kathopanishad 1.2.25. Yasya Brahma cha Kshatram cha Ubhe Bhavata Odana Mrittur Yasyo Pasichenam Ka Itha Ved Yatra Shah. Eventually, all the Brahmana, Kshatriyas, and everyone else are devoured like meal by the Supreme. This form of Supreme Lord is all devouring giant, and Krishna presents himself in a form of all devouring time. Except for a few Pandavas, everyone who was present on the battlefield would be devoured by him. Arjuna was not in favor of the fight, and he thought it was better not to fight, then there would be no frustration. In reply, the Lord is saying that even if he did not fight, every one of them would be destroyed, for that was his plan. If Arjuna stopped fighting, they would die in another way. Death could not be checked, even if he did not fight. In fact, they were already dead. Time is destruction, and all manifestations are to be vanquished by the desire of the Supreme Lord. That is the law of nature. Hare Krishna.
So that's what Krishna says. If you give up the fight, that means you're deviating from your dharma. It is not that if you give up the fight, these people will not be killed. They are already swallowed by me. That is why Krishna has shown what is the future. Already they are swallowed by me. Even if you give up the fight, they are killed, Krishna says. Then 33rd verse. Tasmat tvamuttishta yasho labhasva jitva shatrun bhungshvarajyam samruddham mayyaivaite nihitah purvameva निमित्तमात्रं भव सव्यसाचिन् तस्मात् त्वमुत्तिष्ठ यशो लभस्व जित्वा शत्रुन् भूष्व राज्यं समृद्धम् मय्यैवैते निहितः पूर्वमेव निमित्तमात्रं भव सव्यसाचिन्. It's a very famous line. Nimittamatram bhava savyasachit. Just be nimitta. Just act on my behalf. I've already rewarded everyone. You telling that I'll give up the fight, I'll go away from the battlefield, that is not going to work because already I have swallowed them. Just be an instrument. Nimittamatram bhava savyasachit. This is a learning for all of us. We are just instrument in the hands of Krishna. So if we know this, then we will not have that pride of being the owner, the pride of being the cause. If you see 3.30, open 3.30, that is Gita Sar, 3.30th verse, the Gita Sar. What does Krishna say? Mai sarvani karmani sanyasya adhyatma chetasaha nirashi nirmamo bhutvaha yuddhasva vigatajvara. Just fight. How? Sanyasya chetasaha. Your consciousness should be like a sannyasi. Sanyasya means without having any attachment. Just do your work. Nirashir. Don't have any expectation. Nirmamo. Don't think that this belongs to you. Without ownership. You fight, Krishna says, with this one. Now the answer is here. Nimitta matra bhavasapyasachi. Just be an instrument. Don't think that you are the owner, you are the cause. So 3.30 is Gita San. And how to do that is there in 11.33. Just be an instrument. Nimitta matram bhavasapyasachi. Narayana, read. Hari Bol. Your voice is not heard.
Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Tasmat tvamuttishta yasho labhasva jitva shatrun bhungshva rajyam samruddham mayyaivaite nihita purmavema nimittamatram bhavasavya sachin. Therefore, get up, prepare to fight and win glory. Conquer your enemies and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you, O Savyasachi, can be but an instrument in the fight. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Savyasachin refers to one who can shoot arrows very expertly in the field. Thus, Arjuna is addressed as an expert warrior capable of delivering arrows to kill his enemies. Just become an instrument, nimitta matram. This word is also very significant. The whole world is moving according to the plan of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Foolish persons who do not have sufficient knowledge think that nature is moving without a plan and all manifestations are but accidental formations. There are many so-called scientists who suggest that perhaps it was like this or maybe like that. But there is no question of perhaps and maybe. There is a specific plan being carried out in this material world. What is this plan? This cosmic manifestation is a chance for the conditioned souls to go back to the Godhead, back to home. As long as they have the domineering mentality, which makes them try to lord it over material nature, they are conditioned. But anyone who can understand the plan of the Supreme Lord and cultivate Krishna consciousness is most intelligent. The creation and destruction of the cosmic manifestation are under the superior guidance of God. Thus, the battle of Kurukshetra was fought according to the plan of God. Arjuna was refusing to fight, but he was told that he should fight in accordance with the desire of the Supreme Lord. Then he would be happy. If one is in full Krishna consciousness and his life is devoted to Lord's transcendental service, he is perfect.
So here, Bhave Sabya Sachin has been given that one who is skillful to shoot arrows with the left hand. Bhakti Baldev Vidyabhushan gives a comment. The one who can skillfully fight with the left hand. That means he can use left hand also, he can use right hand also. Such a great shooter he is. So here it is said you can shoot showers of arrows with both the hands and it will become glorious. That is why Uttishta. The Uttishta word has come even in the second chapter. If you see second chapter, 4th verse. Krishna says, get up and fight. Second chapter, 4th verse. Why such klebhyam masmata partha naitatvayi upapatyate? Third verse. Naitatvayi upapatyate. Shudram hridaya daurbalyam. Taktotishta paratva. Uttishta, get up. Even if you see in the 4th chapter, last verse, there also Krishna says, Uttishta, get up. You should know where Krishna has told Uttishta, Uttishta. Krishna says, get up and fight. In the last chapter, last verse also, 4th chapter, Krishna says, Tasmad ajnana sambhutam tastam jnana sinatmanah chitvainam samshayam yogam attishtotishtha bharata. There also you'll find. Here also Krishna says, now get up, fight. Tasmat tvam uttishtaha yasho labhasya. You're going to get yasha. Already I have killed them. It's not so easy to kill Bhishma, Drona, even Devatas cannot kill them. So it is not that you have killed, I have killed them. Devatas also cannot touch them. But I am giving you this victory. So, Bhave Sabya Sachin, O Sabya Sachin, get up and fight. Krishna says, just consider yourself as a cause, of an instrument. Dronam cha bhishmam cha jayatratam cha karnam tathanyanapi yodhavira maya hatanstvам jahima vatishtha yuddhaspajeta sirane sapatnan. Dronam cha bhishmam cha jayatratam cha karnam tathanyanapi yodhavira maya hatamstvam jahima vyatishta yuddhasvajeta sirane sapatna. Krishna says, Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, many great warriors, Anyan, Yodhaviran, many great warriors, Hatan, Maya, I have already killed them. So I have already destroyed. So you just kill them. That means you show as if you are killing them. They have already been destroyed by me. But do not be disturbed, Krishna says. Vyatishtaha. Though you are going to show that you are killing, but they have already been killed. So don't vyatishtaha. That means don't be disturbed. Yuddhasva. Just fight. Just fight. And Cheti Asi Rane Sapatnan, you will conquer the enemies. You will vanquish your enemies, Krishna says. So, if you see in the second chapter, 6th verse, open second chapter, 6th verse, where Arjuna is expressing the last reason for not fighting the war. He's completely confused what to do. Whether should I fight, whether should I give up, what should I do? Yadva jayema yadivanu jayayuhu. Krishna says, don't run away. I have already killed them. Don't be disturbed. You are just an instrument. So the world will come to know that you have killed. But in reality, I have killed. So this question, this confusion, Yadva jayema yadivanu jayayuhu, just Krishna says, give it up. Don't be confused. Okay. Daya Sagar, please read. Daya Sagar Prabhu.
Dronan cha Bhishman cha Jayadrathan cha Karnam Tadhanyan api Yodyaviran Maya Hattan Tvam Jahima Vyadhitha Yudyasya Jetasirane Sapatnam.
Okay.
Translation.
Drona Bhishma Jayadratha Karna and the other great warriors have already been destroyed by me. Therefore, kill them and do not be disturbed. Simply fight, and you will vanquish your enemies in battle. Purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Every plan is made by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but He is so kind and merciful to His devotees that He wants to give the credits to His devotees who carry out His plan according to His desire. Life should therefore move in such a way that everyone acts in Krishna consciousness and understands the Supreme Personality of Godhead through the medium of Spiritual Master. The plans of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are understood by His mercy, and the plans of the devotees are as good as His plans. One should follow such plans and be victorious in the struggle for existence.
So after hearing Lord, Sanjaya says, what did Arjuna do? Sanjay Uvacha Etachutva Vachanam Keshavasya Kutanjalirvepamana Kiriti Namaskritva Bhuya Eva Krishnam Sagadgadam Bhita Bhita Pranamya Etachutva Vachanam Keshavasya Krutanjali Vepamana Kiriti Namaskritva Bhuya Evaha Krishnam Sagadgadam Bhita Bhita Pranamya Bhita Bhita. He is in Bhayanak Rasa. He is in some fear. So in that fear, he's going on paying obeisances, pranamya, offering prayers, offering obeisances. Shutva Vachanam, he has heard the Vachana of Keshavasya. Krutanjali, with folded hands. Vepamanaha Kiriti. One of the name of Arjuna is Kiriti. So Kiriti is going on paying obeisances, is trembling. Vepamana Namaskritva is offering prayers, offering obeisances again and again. Bhuya. Eva aha Krishnam is paying obeisances to Krishna. Sagadgadam, Sagadgadam. Sa means with faltering voice. Gadgadam. Bhita Bhitaha Pranamya is completely in fear. His voice is faltering. And in this way, he's paying obeisances and he's now going to speak. Okay, Anupama. You read after me. Anupama, unmute yourself. I will read, then you read. Sanjay Uvacha
Sanjaya Uvacha
Etachutva
Etachutva
Vachanam Keshavasya
Vachanam Keshavasya
Krutanjali
Kritanjali Kritanjalir
Vepamana Kiriti
Vedpapana Kiriti
Vepamana Kiriti
Vedpamana Kiriti
Namaskritva
Namaskritva
Bhuya evaha Krishnam
Bhuya evaha Krishnam
Sagadgadam
Sagatam
Gadam
Sagatatam
Bhita Bhita Pranamya
Bhita Bhita Pranayam
Pranamya Pranamya
Sadgatam Bhita Bhita Pranayam
Pranamya
Pranamya Pranamya Yeah.
Pranamya Pra
Pranamya Pranamya Translation. Sanjay said, O Dhritarashtra, O king, after hearing these words from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the trembling Arjuna offered obeisance with folded hands again and again. He fearfully spoke to Lord Krishna in a flattering voice as follows. Purport. Purport. As we have already explained, because of the solution created by the universal form of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Arjuna became bewildered in wonder. Thus he began to offer his respectful obeisance to Krishna again and again. And with flattering voice he began to pray, not as a friend but as a devotee in wonder. Hare Krishna.
Arjuna Vacha Sthane Rishikesha Tava Prakrutya Jagat Prahushyatya Anu Jagat Prahushyatya Nurajyate Cha Rakshamsi Bhitam Disho Dravante Sarve Namasyanti Cha Siddha Sanghaha Arjuna Vacha. Beautiful. You will read now, Gati Prabhu, but now you keep your phone. Okay. Arjuna Uvacha Sthane Rishikesha Tava Prakrutya Jagat Prahushyatya Nurajyate Cha Rakshamsi Bhitani Disho Dravante Sarve Namasyanti Cha Siddha Sanghaha. Here Arjuna says, Sthane Rishikesha Tava Prakrutya. All glories to O Rishika Ishaha, you are the master of the senses, Rishikesha. All glories unto you. The entire world, Jagat Prahushyatya Nurajyatecha. Anurajyatecha. It is actually Jagat Prahushati Anurajyatecha. But when you read, how you read? Jagat Prahushyatya Nurajyatecha. You have to combine all and read. That Y and A should come together. Jagat Prahushyatya Nurajyatecha. So Anurajyatecha means everybody is rejoicing. Anurajya means is becoming or they are enjoying. Prahushyatya. So they are attached to. They are Anurajyatecha. And they are rejoicing. They are attached to you. Rakshamsi Bhitani. You are protecting Rakshamsi. Here Rakshamsi. Rakshamsi Bhitani. Here Rakshamsi refers to the demons. The demons are out of fear. They are running in all directions. Disho Dravanti. Sarve Namasyanti Cha Siddha Sanghaha. And all the perfect human beings, the Siddha Purushas, the perfect human beings, all are paying obeisances into you. So here, Arjuna, after hearing from Krishna about the outcome of the Kurukshetra, is so rejoiced. Srila Prabhupada begins with this, so rejoiced. Yes. Everybody are killed. So I will not be the cause of the killing. Because if you see in the first chapter, the reasons given by Arjuna, he says, sins will overcome me. So now at least he is out of that fear. He will not be called as a sinner for killing his own people because he's speaking on Dharma Shastra. Dharma Shastra say we should not even give a verbal fight with the elders. If you see so many Guru Nahatva, Hi Mahanubhavan, he's speaking so many words. And there in the purport Prabhupada says, according to the Dharma Shastra, elders should not be given even a verbal fight. Then you're asking me to kill my own people. So in this way, he is speaking on Dharma Shastra, but actually Krishna is speaking on Jnana Shastra. So we have 4 types of Shastras: Artha Shastra, Dharma Shastra, Jnana Shastra, and Bhakti Vyakhyansa. You must have come along in the 2nd chapter, 11th verse. These topics are dealt with. So when Arthashastra means tit for tat, that is given by Chanakya. If somebody slaps you, you should slap them immediately. That is known as tit for tat, that is given by Chanakya. Yajnavalkya has written Dharma Shastra. And according to Dharma Shastra, even if the other person is like Arjuna says, they are my own people. Even if they are offenders, based on Dharma Shastra, because they are elders, they are my guru. I cannot give any verbal fight to them. I cannot kill them. I cannot even give a verbal fight to them. So Yajnavalkya has written Dharma Shastra. And Jnana Shastra say the difference between the body, soul, and the control of the body and the soul. And based on Jnana Shastra, Krishna is saying that already I have killed them. And if you think that you are going to kill them, body anyhow is perishable. Soul is eternal. So Krishna is giving jnana. Bhakti says, Bhakti Vyakhya, given by Narada Muni. If you see Narada Bhakti Sutra, Narada says, for devotion, do anything and everything. If Krishna would have told Savyasachin, who is the shooter with the left hand, that go and broom the Kurukshetra, battlefield of Kurukshetra, Arjuna would have done that. Because Bhakti says, if Lord desires, then one should not be so attached to a particular type of work. He should not be attached to the Varnashrama. Without being attached to the Varnashrama, do anything and everything for the desire of Krishna or for pleasing Krishna. Because Varnashrama acharataha purushena parapuman Vishnu aradyate pantah nanyat tattosha karanam. Atha punve tuje shrestha varnashrama vibhagashah sunishtitasya dharmasya samsitir haritoshanam. These 2 verses which comes in Bhagavatam, very clearly it states, Atha Pumbe Tuja Shrestha, Varnashrama Vibhagashaha, all this Varnashrama is there. Swanishtitasya Dharmasya Samsitir Haritoshanam. Just for Haritoshana, for the satisfaction of Krishna, perform your Varnashrama system. One should not be attached to the Varnashrama, but for the pleasure of Krishna, Haritoshanam. Even if you see the conversation which is happening between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, what is the ultimate goal of life? At that time, Ramananda Rai says, Varnashrama acharataha purushena parapuman Vishnu aradyate panta nanatya koshakaram. That is how the conversation starts with. For Haritoshanam. So, but Bhakti Vyakhya says, but for Haritoshanam, do anything and everything. If Krishna would have asked Arjuna to do this, then he should have done this. That is known as Bhakti. Bhakti has no choice for the work. Anyhow, in Bhakti and Nishkama Karma Yoga, there is a small difference. Nishkama Karma Yoga also 100% result to Krishna. Bhakti also 100% result to Krishna. But Nishkama Karma Yoga has a small contamination, and that is having attachment to a particular type of work. But in Bhakti, there is no attachment. If Prabhupada has to go to West and preach, Prabhupada accepted. Prabhupada did not argue. Prabhupada just accepted. So that is known as Bhakti, complete surrender for the pleasure of the spiritual master, for the pleasure of Krishna, do anything and everything. So here, Arjuna says that the whole world is joyous. Okay. Ashoka Nijapur.
Hare Krishna. Arjuna uvacha Thane Rishikesh Tav Prakirtaya Jagat Praharshate Anurajyate Cha Rakshansi Bhitani Disho Dravanti Sarve Namasyanti Cha Siddha Sangha. Translation. Arjuna said, O master of the senses, the world becomes joyful upon hearing your name, and thus everyone becomes attached to you. Although the perfected beings offer you their respectful homage, the demons are afraid and they flee here and there. All this is rightly done. Purpose. Arjuna, after hearing from Krishna about the outcome of battle of Kurukshetra, became enlightened, and as a great devotee and friend of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he said that everything done by Krishna is quite fit. Arjuna confirmed that Krishna is the maintainer and the object of worship for the devotees and the destroyer of the undesirables. His actions are equally good for all. Arjuna understood herein that when the battle of Kurukshetra was being concluded, in outer space there were present many demigods, siddhas, and the intelligentsia of the higher planets, and they were observing the fight because Krishna was present. When Arjuna saw the universal form of the Lord, the demigods took pleasure in it, but others who were demons and atheists could not stand it when the Lord was praised. Out of their natural fear of the devastating form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they fled. Krishna's treatment of the devotees and the atheists is praised by Arjuna. In all cases, a devotee glorifies the Lord because he knows that whatever he does is good for all. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Adi Prabhu, you read this verse, I promise that you will do that. You just read the verse,
Me?
practice it. Gadi, Gadi.
Oh, me?
Why you're telling me, I'm telling Gadi Prabhu that you're telling.
Raj. Okay.
Okay, read. What happened? Voice is not coming. Not audible. Yeah, read.
Krishna, is it okay now, Mataji, now? Yeah, actually, when you speak the verse, I also practice by keeping mute. Today it was not mute. Okay. Hare Krishna. Arjun Uvacha Sthane Rushikesh Tava Prakirtya Jagat Praharushatya Nirajate Cha Rakshamsi Jagat Praharushatya Nirajate Cha Sthane Rushikesh Tava Prakirtya जगत प्रहरुष्यत्य निवृज्यते च रक्षांसि भीतानि दिशो द्रवन्ति सर्वे नमस्यन्ति न सर्वे नमस्यन्ति च संगाः
37th verse. Kasmacha tena namerum mahatman. Nameran mahatman.
Practice what you do, answer better.
Now also you're talking. Kasmacha tena nameran mahatman. Gariyase brahmanopyadikartre. Ananta devesha jagannivasa. Tvamaksharam sadasat tatparam yat. Kasmacha tena namiran mahatman. Gariyase brahmano vyadikartve. Ananta devesha jagannivasa. Tvamaksharam sadasat tatparam yat. Arjuna is glorifying Krishna. Oh great one. Oh Krishna. Mahatman. Oh great one. Kasmachatena nameran mahatman. Now Brahma, you are greater than even Brahma. That has been given. Gariyase brahmana. You are greater than Brahma. Then Kasmat, why they should not offer their respectful obeisances to you? Kasmat chatena nameran mahatma. Nameran. Why they should not nameran mahatman? Why they should not pay obeisances? That means they should pay obeisances. Sometimes it is told in a very negative, why they should not pay obeisances. They should pay obeisances. And then, Adi Kartre, you are the supreme creator. You are Anantaha. You are Anantaha. You are unlimited. Deva Isha. You are God of all the gods. That means you are the Ishvara Param. You are the Ishvara for all Ishvaras, controllers. You are controller of all controllers. Jagat Nivasa. You are the refuge of the universe. Tvamaksharam. Tvamaksharam. You are imperishable. Sad Asad. You are the cause, you are the effect. Tatparam. You are completely transcendental. So in this way, you're transcendental to the material manifestation. So here it says that everybody pays obeisances unto you because you are the Mahatma. You are magnanimous. You are unlimited. You are Anantaha. So you cannot be covered by any influence of the matter that is working. Okay. Malakshi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji. Kasmakshadena namaran mahatman kariyase brahmano bi adhikartre ananda deve sa jagan nivasa tuvam aksharam sada sattat param yat. Translation. O great one, greater even than Brahma, you are the original creator. Why then should they not offer their respectful obeisance unto you? O limitless one, God of gods, refuge of the universe. You are the invincible source, the cause of all causes, transcendent to this material manifestation. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. By this offering of obeisances, Arjuna indicates that Krishna is worshipable by everyone. He is all pervading and he is the soul is every soul. Arjuna is addressing Krishna as Mahatma, which means that he is most magnanimous and unlimited. Ananda indicates that there is nothing which is not covered by the influence and energy of the Supreme Lord. And Devesa means that he is the controller of all demigods and is above them all. He is the shelter of the whole universe. Arjuna also thought that it was fitting that all the perfect living entities and powerful demigods offer their respectful obeisances unto him. Because no one is greater than him. Arjuna especially mentioned that Krishna is greater than Brahma, because Brahma is created by him. Brahma is born out of the lotus stem grown from the navel of Podoman of Karpadakshi Vishnu, who is Krishna's plenary expansion. Therefore, Brahma, Lord Shiva, is born of Brahma, and all other demigods must offer their respectful obeisances. It is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam that the Lord is respected by Lords Shiva and Brahma and similar other demigods. The word Aksharam is very significant because this material creation is subject to destruction, but the Lord is above this material creation. He is the cause of all causes, and being so, he is superior to all the conditioned souls within his material nature, as well as the material cosmic manifestation itself. He is therefore the all great Supreme. Hare Krishna Mata.
Tamadideva Purusha Purana Tamasya Vishwasya Param Idhanam Vettasi Vedyam Cha Param Cha Dhama Tvaya Tatam Vishwamanantarupa Tamadideva Purusha Purana Tamasya Vishwasya Param Idhanam Vettasi Vedyam Cha Param Cha Dhama Tvaya Tatam Vishwamanantarupa Vishwanantarupa, limitless one, Vishwanantarupa, Tvamadideva, you are Adideva, Adideva, Purushaha Purana, you are the only Purushaha, you are the Purana, Advaitam, Machyutamanadivanam, Adim, Purana Purusha, Vayupadam Cha, Vedeshu Durlabam, Durlabam, Vidmadi Shantamaham Bhajami. When Brahma Samhita also, Lord Brahma says this. Ananta, you are Anantaha, you are Adi, you are Purushaha, you are Puranaha. Purana means you are the oldest, but Krishna always looks Yauvanam, Yauvanam. Tamasya Vishwasya Param Paramdhanam. You are the shelter, you are the refuge of everyone. You are transcendental Param. Vedasi Vedya. Through the Vedas, you are to be known. You are pervading everywhere. That is why you know everything at the same time. You are the only one to be known. Paranchadham, transcendental Dhama, you are the refuge. And then Tvaya Tatam. This way you are pervading everywhere. Vishnu, by your unlimited form, you are present. That's how Hiranyakashipu is asking Prahlad Maharaj, Lord is there in the pillar. He says, yes. Lord is present everywhere. He is to be known and he knows everything. Okay, Chumur, read. Chumur is there.
She eating 9 months.
Vaishnava God Prabhu.
Yes. त्वमादिदेव पुरुषः पुराणः त्वमस्य विश्वस्य परं निधानम् वेते वेत्तासि वेद्यं वेत्तासि वेद्यं च परं च धाम त्वया ततं विश्वम् अनन्तरूप विश्वम् अनन्तरूप.
When you say Vishwam Ananta, that Ma has broken and A has come. Vishwamananta Rupa. So that is why Vishwamananta Rupa. You are broken. Ma is broken into two parts. Half Ma
Vishwam
plus
Nantarupam. Vishwam Nantarupam. Okay. Translation. You are the original personality of Godhead, the oldest, the ultimate sanctuary of this manifested cosmic world. You are the knower of everything, and you are all that is knowable. You are the supreme refuge of the material modes, O limitless form. This sole cosmic manifestation is pervaded by you. Arpat Papa Shil Prabhupada Ki Jai. Everything is resting on the supreme personality of Godhead. Therefore, he is the ultimate rest. Nidhanam means that everything, even the Brahman effulgence, rests on the supreme personality of Godhead Krishna. He is the knower of everything that is happening in this world. And if knowledge has any end, he is the end of all knowledge. Therefore, he is the known and the knowable. He is the object of knowledge because he is all pervading. Because he is the cause in the spiritual world. He is transcendental. He is also the chief personality in the transcendental world. Hare Krishna.
Ayuryamuke Varunah Shashankara Prajapatistam Prapita Mahascha Namo Namaste Stu Sahasra Krutvaha Punascha Bhuyo Pinu Namaste Vayuryamuke Varunah Shashankara Prajapatistvam Prapitamahascha Namo Namaste Stu Sahasrakrutvaha Punascha Bhuyopi Namaste. Arjuna says,
Hare Krishna Mataji, some disturbing sound is coming.
out of there. I don't know why Gautam is so merciful unto the Bhagavad is keeping the fan. वायुर्यमुग्निर्वरुणः शशाङ्कः प्रजापतिस्त्वं प्रपितामहश्च नमो नमस्तेस्तु सहस्रकृत्वः Punascha bhuyopi namo namaste. You are Vayu. You are air. Yamaha. You are the supreme controller. Sometimes we have the fear, oh Yama. Krishna says, Arjuna says, you are Yama. You are controller. Once it so happened, Guru Maharaj gave somebody's name, Yamaraj Das. He says, Maharaj, what a terrific name you have given. People will be afraid to call me Yamaraj. How will I say I am Yamaraj Das speaking? But here, Arjuna says, you are Yama. You are the fire, Agni. You are Varunaha, you are water. Shashanka, you are moon. Prajapati, you are Brahma. Prapitamaha, you are the great grandfather. I pay obeisances to you again and again. Namha Nama Te Astu. Let me pay obeisances to you again and again. Sahasra Putvaha, 1,000 times. Somebody asked Prabhupada, what is the secret or how to reduce the weight? Prabhupada says, 1,000 times pay obeisances. Automatically your weight will be reduced. So you should not think that Arjuna is in the mode of reducing his weight by paying obeisances again and again. This is out of love. 1,000 times he said, let me pay obeisances to you. And then he says, Punha Punha, Namaste, Namaste. Let me pay obeisances and let me pay respect to you again and again. Let me pay obeisances to you. So he is in so much of, you can say, fear as well as in ecstasy. So now what ecstatic feelings he can have after seeing such a terrific form? So here ecstasy is like he's having so much of respect towards Lord, just so much of senses. He has love. And this love is coming in the form of respect now. Okay. Kanchan Mishra.
हरे कृष्णा माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम वायुर्यमोऽग्निर्वर्णः शशांक प्रजापतिस्त्वं प्रपितामहश्च नमो नमस्तेस्तु सहस्रकृत्वा पुनश्च भूयोऽपि नमो नमस्ते. You are air and you are the supreme controller. You are fire, you are water and you are the moon. You are Brahma, the first living creature, and you are the great grandfather. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you 1,000 times and yet again. Purport by Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Lord is addressed here as air because the air is the most important representation of all the demigods, being all pervasive. Arjuna also addresses Krishna as the great grandfather because he is the father of Brahma, the first living creature in the universe. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Next. Namaha Purastat Ata Prushthataste. Namostute Sarvata Eva Sarva. Anantaviryanta Vikramastvam. Sarvam Samapnosi Tatosi Sarvaha. Nama Purastat Ata Prushthataste. Namostute Sarvata Eva Sarva. Anantaviryamita Vikramastvam. Sarvam Samapnosi Tatosi Sarvaha. Okay. So Nama Purastat. So I want to pay obeisances to thousands of times. He says in the previous verse, now he says, I want to pay obeisances to you from the front, from behind, from all sides. You can see it's just maddened now. After seeing this Vishwarupa, just says, I just want to pay obeisances from front, from side, from back side, from this side, left side, right side, all. Front, back, center. Then he says, you are the master of limitless mind. This is Sarva Anantavirya. And then Anantavirya Amitaha Vikramaha. So if you are master of limitless night, you are all pervading. Sarvam Samapnosi. You are covering everything. And you are everything. Yes, you are everything. So in this way, so limitless mind. He says that you are the master, you are unlimited viryaha, you have so much of potency, you are vikramaha, trivikramaha, ananta viryaha, ananta vikramaha, amita viryaha. So you are everything. So he has been taken up so much by seeing this wonderful form. It is just glorifying. If you see the same words are repeated, limitless, limitless, limited. And you are the master. So out of great ecstasy, out of wonder, now this ecstasy is due to wonder. Because of Adbhuta Rasa, he is now in that ecstasy. Now this ecstasy is not because of the conjugal love or that prema. No, the prema is there. But here seeing the opulence, this prema is coming in the form of lot of respects towards Lord. So that has been given. You are everything, he says. Tataha tatosi sarvaha. Tadadatam, please.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी 10 मिनट नाम क्यों नमः पुरस्ताद अथ प्रस्ततास्ते नमस्तोति सर्वत एव सर्व अनंत वीर्यमित विक्रमस्त्वं सर्वं समाप्नोसि ततोसि सर्वः. Translation: Obeisances to you from the front, from behind, and from all sides. O unbounded power, you are the master of limitless might. You are all pervading, and thus you are everything. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Out of loving ecstasy for Krishna, his friend Arjuna is offering his respect from all sides. He is accepting that he is the master of all potencies and all prowess, and far superior to all the great warriors assembled on the battlefield. It is said in the Vishnu Purana 1.9.69, Yo yam tavagato deva samipam devata ganaha sattvam eva jagat sastha yataha sarvagato bhavan. Whoever comes before you, be he a demigod, is created by you, O Supreme Personality of God. Hare Krishna.
Sakheti matva prasabham yaduktam. He Krishna he Yadav he Sakheti. Ajanata mahimanam tavedam. Maya pramada pranayena vapi. Yachavaha sarthamahan kutosi. Yachavaha sarthamasatkrutosi. Viharashaya sanabhojaneshu. Ekothavapyachyuta tat samaksham. Tat shamaye tva maham prameyam. Sakheti matva prasabham yaduktam. He Krishna he Yadav he Sakheti. Ajanata mahimanam tavedam. Maya pramada pralayena vapi. Yachavaha sarthamasat krutosi. Viharashaya sanabhojaneshu. Ekothavapyachyutat shamaksham. एकोऽथवाप्यच्युत तत्समक्षम् तत्क्षामये त्वामहं प्रमेयम्. Says, you are my Sakha. Now he doesn't want to forget that relationship. You are my friend. Now he has seen Krishna's opulent form. At the same time, he knows Krishna is his best friend. You are my Sakha. You are Yadu. O Yadava. You are my relative. O Yadava. You are my dear friend, Sakhe. 2 times, Sakha, Sakhe. I don't know, he says, I was not knowing your glories, Ajanata. When there are 2 friends and suddenly one friend shows all his glories and all his opulences, and the other friend feels very low. He says, hey, I was not knowing that you are so opulent. That is why it is said, even in Guru-Shishya relationship, there should not be opulence shown by the Guru to the Shishya. Or what happens is, that type of, there will be always a gap. That the disciples cannot speak very openly to their Guru. Like we see in Balkand and also in Sundarkand. Balkand and Sundarkand both are Guru Tattva. Vishwamitra and Hanuman both come in Guru Tattva. Vishwamitra is so friendly with Ram and Lakshman. In the same way, Hanuman is very friendly. So this friendliness has to be maintained. If Guru shows his power, the disciples will always fear. They will fear to come near him also. That is why there should always be a very amicable and very friendly talk between the Guru and the disciple also. It is not that so much of familiarity. Familiarity breeds contempt. That's also good. But there should be friendliness. So he says, hey, you are my friend. I was not knowing. I was not knowing your glories. Ajanataha mahimanam. I was not knowing your glories. Pramadadat. Out of foolishness, out of love, I was so foolish. But I don't know. Out of love, out of madness, I used to talk whatever came in my mind. But this I used to talk without honoring you. Asakrutaha. Sometimes I joked with you. Sometimes I dishonored you. And I used to lie down in the same shayya. I was sitting with you. I was sleeping with you. I was eating with you. Vachata, that's samaksham. I was always having your companion. But then please forgive me. Shamaye. Shamaye. Shamaye means please forgive me. I was not knowing your immeasurable quality. Now what happened when Krishna showed his offerings? That sweet dealings of one friend to another friend. So this friend is feeling very low. He thinks, what is this? How did I behave? I was sleeping with him, eating with him. He's a supreme personality of Godhead. The whole universe is pervaded by him and the whole universe rests in him. He's a Param Nidhanam. And what I used to call him, Ye Sakha, Ye Yadava. And in this way I used to address him. I used to lie down along with him. I used to sit along with him. I used to eat along with him. I used to sometimes joke with him, sometimes insult him. And in this way, this out of madness, out of love, I did what came to my mind. So please forgive me, he says. Okay. Is Jumur free now? If Jumur is not free, then Krishna Priya Mataji. Jumur is free?
Yes, Mataji. Sakyeti matva prasabham yaduktam. Tva prasabham yaduktam. He Krishna, he Yadava, he Sakyeti. Ajanata mahimanam tavedam. Maya pramad pranayena vapi. Yachva yachavaha sathamasakritosmi. Viharashayasana bhojaneshu. Eko atavapya achyuta taksamasham. Taksham eko
Apyachyuta.
eko. How is it, Mataji?
एकोऽथवाप्यच्युत
एकोऽथवाप्यच्युत तत् समक्षं तस्यामये त्वामहं प्रमेयम्. Thinking of you as my friend, I have rashly addressed you, O Krishna, O Yadava, O my friend, not knowing your glories. Please forgive whatever I may have done in madness or in love. I have dishonored you many times, jesting as we relaxed, lay on the same bed, or sat or ate together, sometimes alone and sometimes in front of many friends. O infallible one, please excuse me for all those offenses. Although Krishna is manifested before Arjuna in his universal form, Arjuna remembers his friendly relationship with Krishna and is therefore asking pardon and requesting Krishna to excuse him for the many informal gestures which arise out of friendship. He is admitting that formerly he did not know that Krishna could assume such a universal form, although Krishna explained it as his intimate friend. Arjuna did not know how many times he may have dishonored Krishna by addressing him, O my friend, O Krishna, O Yadava, etc., without acknowledging his opulence. But Krishna is so kind and merciful that, in spite of such opulence, he played with Arjuna as a friend. Such is the transcendental loving reciprocation between the deity and the Lord. The relationship between the living entity and Krishna is fixed eternally. It cannot be forgotten. As we can see from the behavior of Arjuna, although Arjuna has seen the opulence in the universal form, he cannot forget his friendly relationship with Krishna.
पितासि लोकस्य चराचरस्य त्वमस्य पूज्यश्च गुरुर्गरीयान् न त्वत्समोऽस्त्यभिधिकः कुतोऽन्यो लोकत्रयेभ्यः प्रतिमप्रभावः पितासि लोकस्य चराचरस्य त्वमस्य पूज्यश्च गुरुर्गरीयान् न तत्समोऽस्त्यभिधिकः कुतोऽन्यो लोकत्रयेभ्यः प्रतिमप्रभाव पितासि लोकस्य चराचरस्य. You are the father of Chara Achara, moving, non-moving. You are the father of the whole world, Lokasya. Tvamasya pujascha gurur gadiyan. So in this way you are worshipped. You are Guru, you are Master, you are glorious, Gadiyan. Natvat samaha, you are equal to. Aste abhyadikaha. Why this one? So, natvat samaha, no one is equal to you, no one is greater to you. Abhyadikaha. Utaha anyaha. How then? How then can anyone? Kutaha anyaha, how anybody else in this three planetary system, Lokatraya, apratima prabhava. Oh, you are immeasurable power. How can anybody become greater than you? Because nobody is equal to you, or can anyone be one with you? Nobody can be one with you, nobody can be equal to you. How is it that somebody can be greater than you? Natvat samusti abhyadikaha kutonyo. So here, equal has been given. Can anybody be one with you or equal to you? How is it that anybody can be greater than you? You are the one who are apratimaha prabha. You are greater than everyone. You are immeasurable power. Okay. Krishna Priya, please.
पितासि लोकस्य चराचरस्य त्वमस्य पूज्यश्च गुरुर्गरीयान् न तत्समोऽस्त्वप्यधिकः कुतोऽस्म्यो लोकत्रयोऽप्यप्रतिमप्रभाव Translation. You are the father of this complete cosmic manifestation of the moving and the non-moving. You are its worshipable chef, the supreme spiritual master. No one is equal to you, nor can anyone be one with you. How then could there be anyone greater than you within the three worlds, O Lord of immeasurable power, purport? The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna is worshipable as a father is worshipable for his son. He is the spiritual master because he originally gave the Vedic instructions to Brahma and presently he is also instructing Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. Therefore, he is the original spiritual master, and any bona fide spiritual master at the present moment must be descendant in the line of disciplic succession stemming from Krishna. Without being a representative of Krishna, one cannot become a teacher or spiritual master of transcendental subject matter. The Lord is being paid obeisances in all respect, is of immeasurable greatness. No one can be greater than the spiritual personality of Godhead. Krishna because no one is equal or higher than Krishna. Within any manifestation, spiritual or material, everyone is below him. No one can excel him. This is stated in Vastavatara Upanishad.
Shvetashvatara.
Shvetashvatara Upanishad.
Natasya karyam
Natsya karyam karanam cha vidyate natsya matsyavyadikasya drusyate. The Supreme Lord, Krishna has senses and a body like the ordinary man. But for him, there is no difference between his senses, his body, his mind, and himself. Foolish person who do not perfectly know him say that Krishna is different from his soul, mind, heart, and everything else. Krishna is absolute. Therefore, his activities and potencies are supreme. It is also stated that although he does not have senses like ours, we can perform all sensory activities. Therefore, the senses are neither imperfect or limited. No one can be greater than him. No one can be equal to him. And everyone is lower than him. The knowledge, strength, and activities of Supreme Personality are all transcendental. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tattvataha. Tattva vidhanam puranam punarjanma Janma karma cha me divyam mevam yo veti tattvataha. Tyaktva deha punarjanma naiti ma meti sorjuna. Whoever knows Krishna's transcendental body, activities and perfection, after quitting his body, returns to him and does not come back again to this miserable world. Therefore, one should know that Krishna's activities are different from others. The best policy is to follow the principles of Krishna that will make one perfect. It is also stated that there is no one who is master of Krishna. Everyone is his servant. The Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi 5.1.42 confirm Ekala Ishwara Krishna Ara Sabe Bahirta. Only Krishna is God and everyone else is his servant. Everyone is complying with his order. There is no one who can deny his order. Everyone is acting according to his directions, being under his superintendence. As stated in the Brahma Samhita, is the causes of all causes. Hare Krishna.
Open 3.22. Open 3.22 purport.
Karmanyevadikaraste ma phalesu.
3.22.
Karmanyeva.
Huh?
Samsiddhi.
3.20 Karmanya.
कर्मण्येव संसिद्धि
Karmanivi samsiddhi mastita.
3.22. In that this verse is that Tasya karyam karanam cha vidyate na tat samascha pratikastadishyate para sashakti vividhaim shruyate swabhaviti jnana balak kriya cha name pathati kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana nana vaptavyam avaptavyam Varta eva cha karmani. Krishna says, I don't have any prescribed work. I don't have any prescribed work for me because I don't want any. I am not in need of anything. Still, I am performing my duty. In that from Shita Upanishad, it has been spoken that Krishna is not directly doing anything. Natasya karyam karanam cha vidyate. Krishna is not doing any work. Parasya Shaktir Vividheva Shruyate. It is Parasya Shaktir Vividheva Shruyate. Krishna has multifarious energies. And Krishna directly does not do anything. He has many energies to do. Parasya Shakti, unlimited energies to do the work. That is why nobody can become equal to Krishna, nor anybody can become greater than Krishna. Natat samascha vitikkas chadrishyate. Okay. Tasmat pranamya pranidhaya kayam pramadaye tvam ahami shamidyam piteva putrasya sakeva sakyuh priyayarhasi eva sodhum. Tasmat pranamya pranidhaya kayam pramadaye tvam ahami shamidyam iteva putrasya sakheva sakyuh priyayarhasi eva sodhum. Pranamya pranidhaya kayam tasmat. Therefore, pranamya. Again he says, I am offering my obeisances. I am laying down my body, pranidhaya kayam. Prasadaye, please give mercy, please. I'm begging for mercy. Oh Krishna, I'm begging for mercy from you. Aham, I am begging. You are Isham, you are Supreme Lord. Idyam, you are worshipable. Please forgive me like how the father forgives the son. Pitraiva putrasya. Father tolerates the impudence of the son. Sakha iva sakyuhu. If one friend is not giving respect, still the other friend forgives as a friend the impertinence of a friend. Because in the friendship, generally there is always a lack of respect because the love is there. The love actually, it's not lack of respect, you can say. The love overpowers the respect. Then priha priyayaha. So husband tolerates the familiarity of his wife. Sometimes the wife scolds. You don't have brains. Then the husband tolerates. It is generally said you should tolerate 4 types of people. That is, Chanakya Pandit says, you should tolerate a child. You should tolerate an old man. You should tolerate a woman. You should tolerate a married man. All 4 come in one category only. You say, what is this? It is said by Chanakya. 4 types of people should be tolerated. You should not take so much weightage in their words. If the wife says something, just tolerate. Don't just take your talwar and you just say. If a child says something, you tolerate. If an old man says, leave it. If a madman says, you don't take that word so seriously. So these things also should be remembered. So here he says, like how father tolerates a son, friend tolerates a friend, my husband tolerates a wife. In the same way, please tolerate whatever I have done to you. Now what he has done to Krishna? Out of something now he has called him Yadava, sometimes Sakha, sometimes because he knows he has been advising Krishna. You see in the first chapter, he was advising Krishna. Is it good? We should fight. Have we overcome that? Are we Are we in greed? Actually, we should overcome the greed. But are we in greed? So in this way, he has been advising Krishna. Now he is repenting for that. Okay. Vandana Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Tasmat pranamya parinidhaya kamya.
Wait, I'll read you read. Tasmat pranamya.
Tasmat pranamya
Pranidhaya kayam.
pranidhaya kayam.
Prasadaye.
Prasadaye tvam aham.
Wait.
Sorry.
I will read, then you read. Prasadaye tvam.
Prasadaye tvam.
Ahamishamidhyam.
Ahamishidyam.
Ahamishamidhyam.
Ahamishidyam.
Ahamishamidhyam. Aham. Isham.
Idam.
Idyam. Piteva putrasya. Sakheva sakyuho. Priya priyaya. Hasideva sodhum.
Hashis deva shodham.
Where is Hashi? It is just Hasi. Deva sodhum.
Hasi deva shodham.
Where is Sho? It is just sodhum. Sa.
Sodhum.
Are? Sodhum. Sa.
Shodhum.
Are? Why are you doing shodhum? It is sa, sha.
Sodhum.
Sa.
Sodhum.
Sakha, sa. You don't say shakhan, huh? You say sakha, sa. Sodhum. Okay, read. This is why you know this is because of too much of English has gone inside. Come to learn now Varnamala. A, I, U, O, A, I. O, aha. Ka, kha, ga, ga, na. Pa, fa, bha, ba, ma. Read that. Varnamala, just read. Sa, sha. Sha, shatpon ka, sha. Too much of ABC has gone. Okay, read.
You are the Supreme Lord to be worshipped by every living being. Thus I fall down to offer you my respectful obeisances and ask your mercy. As a father tolerates this impudence of his son, a friend, the impotence of a friend, or a husband, the familiarity of his wife, please tolerate the wrongs I may have done you. Purport. Krishna's devotee relate to Krishna in various relationships. One might treat Krishna as a son, or one might treat Krishna as a husband, as a friend, or as a master. Krishna and Arjuna related in friendship. As the father tolerates, or the husband or the master tolerates, so Krishna tolerates. Hare Krishna.
Actually, all of you should read Varnamala. You should go through Varnamala, teach children also. Because in English, you have only S. S for whatever you say. Secret or sad or whatever. But you don't have SH taught. But if you see in Varnamala, you have different syllables. Ka, kha. What happens because of that? Right from the childhood, your tongue is twisted. Sa, sha. You know to pronounce sa, you know to pronounce sha. If you don't do that, what will happen? Your pronunciation in the scriptures will not be proper. And it will change the meaning also. So we should know how to pronounce. For that, how to practice. Take the Varnamala and sit. Think that you are in LKG, UKG and studying A, I, E. Do that. Study that. Atrishta-purvam rishitosmi drishtva bhayena cha pravyathitam manomi tadeva me darshaya deva rupam prasida devesha jagam Nivasa Adrishtapurvam Rishitosmi Drishtva Bhayena cha pravyatitham mano me Tadeva me darshaya deva rupam Prasida devesha jagan nivasa. See, devesha, that sha, drishta, there is lot of, there is some difference, isn't it? Sha, sha. So these are very important. And for that, training of the tongue is very important. You have to train your tongue. It is good. I studied in Hindi medium. In my childhood, I was in Hindi medium up to 8 years. So this Varnamala was like, for us, it was like compulsory. I did not study A, B, C, D in the beginning. I studied A, E, Ka, Kha, Ga, Ga, Na, Cha, 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 Ja, Ja. So I was in Gwalior. So naturally, it was a Hindi medium, Murena, the Chambal area. There I studied, and that too in Gurukul. So we used to be taught under the tree. There was no proper school and all. Just under the tree, sit and say Pahade. Do ekam, do duni char, do tiya chhe, like that. So what happened was, mathematics also, because they used to teach for children up to 50 tables. That means in second standard, I used to tell this 50th table. I used to tell the whole Varnamala. And because of that, it became very easy for me to study this Sanskrit verses. If your Varnamala is good, your pronunciation will be good. So it is a request to all of you, if you are small children, then teach Varnamala. ABCD anyhow will come. See, I studied ABCD in third standard. I came to third standard in Maharashtra. We were in Gwalior, near Gwalior, Morena. I did not study ABCD. I studied A. Because of that, the tongue twists. You see, K, where you touch your tongue to the palate. K, K, G, G. Isn't it? Because of that, your pronunciation will become very sharp. In anything, your pronunciation will be very sharp. So Varnamala is very, very important. Adrishtapurvam Rishtosmi Drishtva. I am gladdened. I have never seen this before. Adrishtapurvam. At the same time, I am in fear. Let's see. Both the rasas are there. He is happy also. He is in fear also. And pravyatitham, I am disturbed also. My mind is perturbed. My mind is disturbed. Oh Lord, you have shown me this wonderful form. Prasida. Yes, you are so gracious unto me. Jagannivasa. You are the refuge of the universe. In this way, simultaneously, three rasas are there. Three anubhavas are there. What are the anubhava? He has never seen this form. He is happy. His mind is disturbed. At the same time, he is in fear. And at the same time, he has a kritagyata. And oh Lord, you are so merciful upon me. You are so gracious to me that you have revealed this form unto me. Oh, abode of the universe. Kalyani Mohini Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Adrishtapurvam rishitosmi drishtva bhayena cha pravyathitam mano me tadeva me darshya deva rupam.
Darshaya, full year is there.
Darshaya deva rupam prasida devesha jagana nivasa.
Jagana is not there. Jagan Nivasa. Jagan Nivasa.
Jagan Nivasa. After seeing this universal form, which I have never seen before, I am gladdened, but at the same time, my mind is disturbed with fear. Therefore, please bestow your grace upon me and reveal again your form as the personality of Godhead. O Lord of Lords, O abode of the universe. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Arjuna is always in confidence with Krishna because he is a very dear friend, and as a dear friend is gladdened by his friend's opulence. Arjuna is very joyful to see that his friend Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead and can show such a wonderful universal form. But at the same time, after seeing that universal form, he is afraid that he has committed so many offenses to Krishna out of his unalloyed friendship. Thus, his mind is disturbed out of fear, although he had no reason to fear. Arjuna therefore is asking Krishna to show his Narayana form because he can assume any form. This universal form is material and temporary, as the material world is temporary. But in the Vaikuntha planets, he has his transcendental form with four hands as Narayana. There are innumerable planets in the spiritual sky, and in each of them, Krishna is present by his plenary manifestations of different names. Thus, Arjuna desired to see one of the forms manifest in the Vaikuntha planets. Of course, in each Vaikuntha planet, the form of Narayana is four-handed, but the four hands hold different arrangements of symbols: the conch shell, mace, lotus, and disc. According to the different hands, these four things are held in the Narayanas are variously named. All of these forms are one with Krishna. Therefore, Arjuna requests to see his four-handed feature. Hare Krishna.
किरीटिनं गदिनं चक्रहस्तम् इच्छामि त्वां द्रष्टुमहं तथैव तेनैव रूपेण चतुर्भुजेन सहस्रबाहो भव विश्वमूर्ते किरीटिनं गदिनं चक्रहस्तम् इच्छामि त्वां द्रष्टुमहं तथैव तेनैव रूपेण चतुर्भुजेन सहस्रबाहो भव विश्वमूर्ते. He says, Kiritinam Gadinam, with your helmet, with your club, Chakrahastam, the chakra in the hand. I wish to see his form. You have many rupaha, rupena, but I want to see Chaturbhuja rupaha. Sahasrabaho, your thousand-handed one. You have this wish, you are the whole universe. O universal form Vishwamurti, just become Bhava. Just take this four-handed form. This is the last verse for today. Lord, here Arjuna pleads to Krishna that you have universal form, no doubt. You have the universal form. But manifest yourself in the four-handed form, like a divine actor. Writes, like a divine actor appear in a four-handed form. Though you are the whole universe resides in you. You are the Nidhanam. You are the abode for everything. But please take the four-handed form. Partha Pandit Prabhu, Partha, unmute yourself. Unmute. Yeah.
किरीटम किरीटिनं गदिनं चक्रहस्तम् इच्छामि त्वां
किरीटिनं गदिनं चक्रहस्तम् किरीटिनं
गदिनं चक्र
lot of disturbance is there. Let someone else.
गदिनं चक्रहस्तम्.
Wait. Let somebody else read. There is a disturbance in your place. Mayapur Mataji, you read. Read Mayapur Mataji. Hari Bol. Maya. Voice is not coming.
Krishna.
The voice is not coming. Neeraj Prabhu, can you read? Mayapur Mataji, you remove your earphone and read. Sometimes earphones doesn't work.
Hare Krishna.
Who is reading? Read. Okay, Krishna Priya, you read.
Okay. Kiritinam gadinam chakrahastam इच्छामि त्वां दृष्टमहं तथैव तेनेव रूपेण चतुर्भुजेन सहस्रभावो भव विश्वमूर्ते. Translation. O universal form, O thousand-armed Lord, I wish to see you in your four-armed form, with helmeted head and with club, wheel, conch, and lotus flower on your hands. I long to see you in that form. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In the Brahma Samhita, it is stated, Ramadi Murtishu Kala Niyamena Tishtam. The Lord is eternally situated in hundreds and thousands of forms, and the main forms are those like Rama, Narsimha, Narayana, etc. There are innumerable forms, but Arjuna known that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. Assuming this his temporary universal form, he is now asking to see the form of Narayana, a spiritual form. This verse establishes without any doubt the statement of the Srimad Bhagavatam that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead and all other features originate from him. He is not different from his plenary expansions and is God in any of his innumerable forms. In all of these forms, he is fresh like a young man. That is the constant features of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One who knows Krishna becomes free at once from all contamination of the material world. Hare Krishna.
So here we'll stop. Any questions you can ask. So tomorrow we'll try to complete this portion of 11 chapters. Friday, Monday we can finish with 12 chapters. And we have a lot of time to study. 27th we'll keep exam. Any questions? Since we are reading the purpose, so it will become easy for you to write the examination. Most important is studying the verses and reading word to word, meanings, and then giving the translation, then coming to translation. Don't just directly jump to the translation. Try to form small sentences. That is known as comprehend. You should do that. You should try to make sentences, not directly come to the translation. Don't directly come. Read, make sentences. Then you will understand that words. Any doubts? No. We are also in astonishment. Stop here. I said Nayana Manjari is back in action. Okay. Want to chant the verse?
Satya Vratam, Satya Param, Indri Satyam, Satyasya, Satyaka Yoni, Nitam, Chaka, Achakalpatarupeksha, Kripasindhupe Vacha, Patitana Pavanyo,
Jai Ho, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Very well.